Good day to all the gorgeous hearts out there. This is Asa from Creative Fairy Design. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we are going to be doing an altered book from start to finish, the entire process using printables to decorate our book. We will be adding the ephemera and other pieces at another point in time. So I'm just going to quickly flip through and show you what we're going to be learning today. It's a really quick flip through. And we have lots of pockets. So I'm just going to show you all the pockets, and I'm going to show you how we're going to be making all of these pockets as well. It is a really quick flip through. Because later on, we got some really nice, and the theme that we're using for this flip through, it's an autumn theme. Some of the pages I left blank because later on I want to do a decoupage. We have some nice pretty designs. We have journaling pages that we have added for journaling with journaling space. Some of these pages is just beautiful, and on its own you can just write on it. And for the rest we have pockets. These are the pockets we have. There's sufficient pockets in this altered book. And this is the last one. So stay with me and let's get started. And these will be the printables that we will be using for our altered book. It's a lot. It's all autumn based. I'll quickly flip through so you can see the beautiful pages. I'm doing this really quickly. So first off, let's talk about the type of paper this was printed on. Because it's an altered book, you want to reduce the bulk. So you don't want to add more bulk to your altered book because you've just removed pages. So this one that I have here is printed on bold digital paper. That's the paper. It's called bold digital. It's a very thin, smooth paper. You can also print it on Canon presentation paper, thin presentation paper. You can also print it on thin photo paper, and you can also print it on regular A4 paper, a thin one. The thinner the better, depending on the purpose you're using it for and the quality that you wish to have. Of course, I am presenting this, so I have to use the best quality paper, but you can choose whichever paper you want. So we have two types of designs here. These are the background pages we're going to be using, meaning we're going to be cutting it and adding it to the pockets and so on. And these are the journal pages, meaning we're going to cut it. We're going to cut right around and stick it on to our book. There's quite a variety. Different autumn scenes, a lot of journaling spaces, variety of flowers, variety of leaves, everything that is associated with autumn. I have these background pages, and these are the background pages we're going to be using to do the pockets, etc. And these here were the ones that I already cut. These are what we're going to be using to do our journal pages, etc. Anything bought from a thrift store, any thick firm book, just use one to upcycle. And the length of the page in this book is 7 3/4 inches by length and 5 inches by height. And now we're going to prepare our altered book. It's pretty easy. We are going to tear between 4 to 5 pages, depending on the purpose we're going to use it for. So flipping through the book, I'm going to keep the first page, second page, third page, these 3 pages, because it adds stability to our book. You don't really want to tear off the beginning of the book, and just keep it with a paper clip so we know these 3 pages belong together. Then I'm going to find the center of the book. This book has been sewn and the thread is over here. It's just easier to tear from the thread. So this is the first sewn that was done. Find the first sewn and tear off the pages. So we're going to tear from both sides. 1, 2. Of course, keep these gorgeous pages for another project. 3, 4. So I've torn 4 pages. For this one, I want to make it a pocket, so I'm going to fold it down. Don't fold it too close to the edge. Just fold it as just maybe about 2 mm and fold it. And this is going to be our first pocket. Flip it over. Make sure there's a clean fold. And now we're going to tear off more pages from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just remove these center pieces, and these pieces in the center is going to be covered. Now we're going to bring these 2 pages together, the one that we folded and the last page. In between here is where we've torn out the pages, and this is going to form our first pocket. Attach it with a paper clip. Okay, so now we're moving on to our next pocket, and this next pocket is going to be a top loading pocket. So the first page, tear off 4 pages thereafter. 1, 2. I'm tearing this one off. 3, 4. And then I'm going to bring this page and this page together for our next pocket. And this is going to be a top loading pocket where I'm going to make the pocket on top. I will do that after I apply the design and fold over. Now for our next pocket. For the next design, I just want to take a page and tear off like 1/3, which I already did. So we're going to use this page, tear off 1/3, and then remove 4 pages. I've already removed 1, just for the sake of time. 2, 3. And then this page and this page, we're going to paper clip together. And this is going to be our next pocket. Moving on, we are going to make a side top pocket. So we're going to use this page, tear out 4 pages. One, 2, 3, 4. Depending on the book that you're using, you can also tear the pages this way. This way we have this intact and it just adds more strength to your book. And it's a very tiny piece that you leave. Then these two go together. Put your paper clip and we're going to do our side top pocket this way. And now for the next pocket, we're going to make 2 double slants pocket. So just folding this first page, flip it over, folding the second page, a tad bit higher, the pocket, folding the second page a tad bit higher this way for the pockets. Now when you're making an altered book, there's no rules. You set the rules. So it's really an awesome project. Then flip it over and tear off 4 pages. One. And you also don't have to tear off 4 pages. You can tear off 3 or 2 depending on the thickness of your book. 3. I'm tearing off 3 pages, and then these 3 will go together. 1 pocket there, 1 pocket there, and our page. Attach it with a paper clip. I'm going to make 2 triangular pockets. To do this, I'm going to take these 2 pages and I'm going to stick them together to form one journal page. This way. Flip it over, tear off 4 pages. Come as close as possible to the edge. 1. 2. 3. 4 pages. And then I'm going to fold over this page this way, and we're going to have 2 triangular pockets. We're going to have 2 triangular pockets like this. So I'm just going to clean up the inside here. Take your time and just tear off the inside. And now for the next pocket. So I did this one off air, so just so you wouldn't be watching me tearing pages all the time. So I took the first page, folded in half, tore off 4 pages in the center, and then I'm going to bring this page and this page together to form our pockets. We're going to make a circle here after. So this is our next pocket. And now for our next page, we're going to fold it as if we're folding an envelope. So fold it just like this, just like if you were to fold an envelope. And then we're going to fold it and then we're going to cut this part off. The flap, we're going to cut the 2 flaps off. Take the flap, measure the other side just to make sure you cut it evenly. measure it here. I'm just going to draw this line. This is so I would know exactly where to cut. And then this is going to be for our pocket, so we're going to tear off 3 pages. One, two, three. Then this page and this page is going to go together. Take your paper clip, tape it down. I'm going to tape down 2 pages for journal pages. So I'm going to take out 3 pages. 2, 3, and then these 2 pages I'm going to tape down together for a journal page. And now I'm just going to draw an arch on this page, just freehand, just draw it, or you can measure if you have. If you're not too confident in your drawing skills, you can measure it. And then I'm going to cut this arch. With my scissors. And then this is the arch, and then I'm going to remove 3 pages. 1, 2, 3, and this page is going to form our next pocket. I'm going to leave another journaling page, 1 page standing. I'm going to tear off 3 pages. One, two, three. Bring these 2 pages together for a journal page. Attach it with a paper clip. For the next page, we're going to make 2 half pockets. So just cut the page in half. It does not have to be exact. Tear off 3 pages. And I must say, tearing off the pages with the ruler really does help. It's quicker and gives less option for rippage of pages. I think I'll do 4 pages for this one. And then our pocket is going to go on this page. Paper clip it together. Then another journal page, 1 page. Then we're going to tear off 3 pages in here. One, 2, 3, and then attach these 2 pages together for a journal page. And for the next page, we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to do something different with this. We'll attach maybe some vellum on this page. You can leave it, you don't have to tear it off, leave it for stability, and then tear off 3 pages. One, 2, 3, and then this is going to attach here. We're going to apply a piece of vellum in the center. Tape this down together. Attach your stapler, attach your paper clip. Now the journal page, leave this page and take off 3 pages. 1, 2, 3. Attach these 2 pages together. This is our journaling page. And we are almost coming to the end of the book. We're just going to make one last pocket. And for this last one, we're going to make it like an envelope. So first we're going to find the half of this page, which is approximately doing an envelope. And then we're going to cut this. And you cut, I use the bluing pen, so I'm just going to cut after the bluing pen so that mark does not remain. And this is our page. This is like our envelope cut. We're going to remove 3 pages from the center. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to attach to this page. And we have come to the end of our book. Each book will be different. Each book that you use will be different. Just alter and adjust accordingly. And this is our finished book. And this is what we're going to be used using to make a fantastic journal. The next step that we have to do is to ink our pages. So I'm just going to ink one of the page to show you how I do it. So we're going to ink this page, place an old book page to the corner. Ink right around the edges. Do the same with this page. Protect it. And ink around the entire edges. Also, we're going to ink around the center here, and for this purpose, I use a makeup brush or something that's really thin, just to get the ink in the center. We also need to ink the center of the page here, and for this purpose, I use a really thin paintbrush or makeup brush, or you can get one of those makeup pads that gets into the center of the creases. You just want to ensure that it's inked really well, just to add to that aged look. And when you have finished inking your book, it should look like this. All the edges have been inked. All the inside pieces have been inked. So I'm not going to show you all of the journal pages because it's quite a lot. I'm just going to show you about 3. So firstly, start from the back of the book. And these last 2, this is not a journal page, so we're going to hold off on this one. I usually stick the design and then stick it together. So this too is a journal page. So remove your paper clip and we're going to stick it. And this I find is the best way to stick it. Place a scrap piece of paper to the back, and I use a tad bit of glue. Any regular glue will work. Then I use the glue stick and spread the glue right around to the edges, using the glue stick to help it glide. PVA glue, any gliding glue, liquid text is fine. Then take your page and bring the 2 together. As evenly as possible. And then flatten it out, spread it out, spread the glue up and down vertically and horizontally. You can use any flat object for this, a bone folder. I'm using a plastic spatula, scissors, credit card, any type of card. And just leave this to dry. Continue doing the same for all the rest of the journal pages. Now we're going to move on to the next step after we've stuck our journal pages together, which is sticking our pages. So it's all stuck together, it's all nice, it's all thick. So to do the journal pages, we repeat the same step. Of course, these journal pages are made to size and made to fit. You can use your own scrapbooking paper, and I'm going to put this in my coffee shop. So to add your journal pages, you do the same thing. Add a bit of a glue. Use your glue stick to spread it. It just glides on really nice and gives this added adhesion because you want it to be stuck together firmly, tightly, neatly, and place it onto your journal page. So like I said, this size has been measured before. So it's cut to the size of this book. So up and down horizontally, and make sure the edges are all firmly pressed together. Now for our next page, repeat. And I'm just choosing random pages in any order. Up and down, horizontally, vertically. Really nice, pretty journal pages we have here. And this is why I use a plastic spatula, because I don't want to damage the pages. Of course, add more glue or glue stick as necessary. And give it that nice firm feel. And this is our first journal pages. I'm just going to do one more, add one more journal page. Glue stick up and down. Side to side, up and down. And I'm just going to continue doing this for all the rest of the pages. Now that our journal pages are finished, we are going to add our pockets. We're going to add our images for our pockets. I'm going to start with this one. So firstly, just choose a part of the page from the background. And just cut it accordingly. I just like to measure it, fold it over again, cut off the excess. And attach it on. So to the back of it, using some regular PVA glue, then I'm going to pass glue stick over the PVA glue. So it's a mixture of the PVA glue and the glue stick straight down to the edges. And just stick it down. Press it down with the spatula. And this piece here, I'm going to add a piece of a music sheet. And then for the next part, I'm going to add a piece of music sheet right here. Attach the music sheet the same way. Regular PVA glue. Spread it out with the glue stick. And stick it down. And now that we have placed our decorative part over our page, we're going to stick our pocket down like this, and our ephemera, whatever tags or whatever we're going to fit will go into this pocket here. And press it down. We have finished our first pocket. And now we're going to move on to the other three. This is 3 pockets, so we can just mix it up a bit to how we want it. I'm going to mix one of this with one of this. So just to measure, cut accordingly, the book page part in the center, and just add a thin strip here. So I'm just going to leave this book page and add this thin layer strip up like a collage. Now we're going to stick down our pocket, so it's going to be 1 pocket here, 1 pocket here, 2 pockets, just to the edges. Then we're going to tape these edges down as well. And our two pockets will be one here and one here. And now for our next pocket, which will be this. I've already done it. I've just used regular parchment paper to the end here. Stuck that parchment paper on. Cut this to the shape of the pocket. And just glued it down right on the center. And this way we have two pockets. One over here and one over here. For the next pocket, I've just went ahead and collaged some different bits and pieces together, and this is a double pocket, so we're going to stick down this part for our first pocket, and then after it's stuck to this page, we're going to stick the second part for our pocket. And our pocket is going to look like this, one here and one here. So I will need to re-ink a tad bit around the edges, which I will do after it has dried. Next we have a double pocket, and double pockets are very popular in altered books. It adds a nice addition. It looks really nice. Of course, it adds more space to your journals. So I've already cut the background paper to fit, just to save time. And these little parts will be re-inked after. All the little missing re-inking will be touched up on. And now for the next side, to do the same. Glue stick. Use the spatula. We need to add a piece here. Smooth it out with the glue stick. Attach as necessary. Down these two corners here. Bring the page up, stick it down so it folds open easily. We have our first pocket. Do the same. Bring it up. Stick it down. And we have our 2 pockets this way. And now for this pocket, we're just going to attach a piece of parchment paper. Then we're going to cut off the excess. Just follow along where the cut already is. Cut off the edges. And then I'm going to add a colorful piece over here. Measure out a piece. Right on the edge of the page. And then we're going to stick this so our pocket will be like this. So we're going to stick the 2 edges. And our pocket is over here.